Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. We are reading from Canto 4 of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter number 12. Dhruva Maharaj goes back to Godhead, text number 19. Sadadarsha Vimanagyam Nabha So Vatarad Dhruvaha Vibhrajayad Dasha Disho Rakapatim Vivoditam Sadadarsha Vimanagram Sadadarsha Vimanagram Sadadarsha Vimanagram Nabhaso Vatara Dhruvaha Nabhaso Vatara Dhruvaha Nabhaso Vatarad Dhruvaha Vibhrajayad Dasho Disho Vibhrajayad Dasha Disho Vibhrajayad Dasha Disho Rakapatim Idodisham Tam Rakapatim Ivoditam Rakapatim Ivoditam Sadadarsha Vimanagrayam Nabhaso Vatarad Dhruvaha Vibhrayayad Dasha Disho Rakapatim Vivoditam Sadadarsha Vimanagrayam Nabhaso Vatarad Dhruvaha Vibhrajayad Dasha Disho Rakapatim Ivoditam Sadadarsha Vimanagram Nabhaso Vatarad Dhruvaha Vibhrajayad Dasha Disho Rakapati Vodita Sadadarsha Vimanagrayam Nabhaso Vatarad Dhruvaha Vibhrajayad Dasha Disho Rakapatim Ivoditam Sadadarsha vimanagrayam nabhaso vatarathruvaha vibrajayat dasha disho rakapatim ivoditam sadadarsha vimanagrayam nabhaso avatarathruvaha vibrajayat dasha disho rakapatim ivoditam sadadarsha vimanagrayam nabhaso vatarathruvaha vibrajayat dasha disho rakapatim ivoditam. Word to word translation. Saha, he, dadarsha, saw, vimana, an aeroplane, agrayam, very beautiful, nabhasha, from the sky, avatarat, descending, dhruvaha, Dhruva Maharaj, vibrajayat, illuminating, dasha, 10, dishaha, directions, rakapatim, the full moon, iva, like, uditam, visible. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. As soon as the symptoms of his liberation were manifest, he saw a very beautiful airplane coming down from the sky, as if the brilliant full moon were coming down, illuminating all the 10 directions. Purport. There are different levels of acquired knowledge. Direct knowledge, knowledge received from authorities, knowledge, transcendental knowledge, knowledge beyond the senses, and finally spiritual knowledge. When one surpasses the stage of acquiring knowledge by the descending process, he is immediately situated on the transcendental platform. Dhruva Maharaj, being liberated from the material concept of life, was situated in transcendental knowledge and could perceive the presence of a transcendental airplane which was as brilliant as the full moonlight. This is not possible in the stage of direct or indirect perception of knowledge. Such knowledge is a special favor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One can, however, rise to this platform of the knowledge by the gradual process of advancing in devotional service or Krishna consciousness. We'll do the Mangalachar prayer together. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः हरेर्नाम हरेर्नामैव केवलं कलो नास्त्यैव गतिरन्यथा श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti kachalam pangum langayate giram yat krupatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramanandamatakam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Namo Shivaya Krishna Bhutale Srimati Veer Krishna Das Goswami Nityananda. Namo Shivaya Krishna Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami. I can hear my echo. Thank you everyone for coming to Sri Sri Radha Gopinath temple on Sunday morning. Today is the last day of Diwali. So you all are here. Thank you very much. I seek blessing from all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis here, people who are listening from different media, Facebook, Mayapur TV. May the right word and the right consciousness come out of my mouth for the pleasure of Sri Sri Radha Gopinath and their dear devotees. Hare Krishna. So we are in text 19 of the chapter titled Dhruva Maharaj Goes Back to Godhead. So until now, we have seen in our this canto, the previous chapters, that Dhruva Maharaj got blessing from Sri Sri Radha, Sri Narayan himself. He gave his personal darshan to Dhruva Maharaj. He got self-realized. And then his father gave him the kingdom to rule, and he ruled. During his rule, he saw his brother being slayed by one of the yakshas, and as a result, as a Kshatriya spirit, he took not kind of revenge, but he went and he tried to take the justice by giving them punishment. And while doing that, he he missed that the rage of anger was actually killing all the yakshas. And as a result, his grandfather, Manu Maharaj, has to come and explain to him. There are so many things during this course of Dhruva Maharaj for us to learn. When we grow at a certain point very well in our material advancement, power, fame, we forget that we might make mistakes. We miss that we might be prey to Maya. And we often say, why God doesn't help me? And that's where God comes. God comes in a different form, different shape, different size. God is always there to help us. In this case, Dhruva Maharaj's case, well, he is self-realized. God is always with him. But when he was too angry and he was slaying all the yakshas, his grandfather came and explained to him that you have to stop. You are going beyond the limit of your anger. So you have to control that anger. And this wonderful chapter where he is explaining why he should stop killing and all these things. And then Dhruva Maharaj accepts it. The moment when a person who is at that level, famous, for him to accept any criticism, any instructions, whether it's from the guardians or it's from anyone with the same age, it needs, sorry, I've danced so much. It's a wonderful kirtan. It needs that amount of humility, an awareness that even though I am that famous, I might fall down. And that's where Dhruva Maharaj is teaching us. And he understood, he withdrew, he asked his grandfather, what should I do to make up the mistakes I have done? And he said, ask for forgiveness from Kubera. Yeah, from forgiveness, ask forgiveness from Kubera. Who is Kubera? He's a Yakshapati. Okay. But I need more layman's, when you say Kubera, Lord of treasure. Yes, he's the Lord of treasure. And what are we going through now? It's Diwali. So we do celebrate Yaksha's, power, the Diwali day. So yeah, So when he came down and he explained, he doesn't have to explain. Basically, he saw Dhruva Maharaj is already very ashamed and he wants to ask for forgiveness. He was so happy that he asked Dhruva Maharaj, I'm happy with your activity, what you have done. And I'm happy that you are asking for forgiveness. Ask me, what do you want? And here again, Srila Prabhupada tells us that no matter what level of bhakti we are in, if someone is asking us that, I'm happy with you, tell me what you want, we should never say, no, I don't want anything. Out of humility we say, oh no, I don't want anything. But here Prabhupada is telling us that we need to understand that we do need something. And what is that? Blessing of devotees. And when Yaksha Dev is saying that you ask what you want, Dhruva Maharaj he didn't even thought for a second that I should not. He said, yes, please, I need that intensity of my remembrance. I need that I never forget about Lord, no matter what comes in my way. And Yaksha Dev said, Tathastu, and he left. Now this text comes where we know that where Dhruva Maharaj has basically ruled 36,000 years in this planet. And after ruling this beautiful kingdom of his, he is now ready to go back to Godhead. And that's where he is withdrawing all his sense pleasure or sensual activities. And he has left his kingdom and he has gone to Badrikashram. Thank you. It's just the previous text. Yeah, and there where he sit on a trance position and he's basically meditating on Lord. The purport here where Srila Prabhupada is explaining that knowledge is basically information. But when we use those information in our life, that becomes knowledge. And there are different ways of getting this knowledge. One is direct knowledge, which is pratyaksha praman. Direct means you see something and you believe and you accept it. That is direct knowledge. Like we see Radha Gopinath is here, this is the temple of Radha Gopinath, this is direct knowledge. Knowledge received from authorities. So this is authority. The book, the Shastras, our gurus, the teachers who teaches us. So they are from authorities, which is Shabda Praman. Shabda means words. Whether it's coming out from the Acharya's mouth or it's from the black and white print, in the olden days in a paper, in leaf. Then transcendental knowledge, which is Divya Gyan, which is a part of Vedas too. Knowledge beyond the senses, which is Anuman. Anuman means we guess, we think, there might be, probability, and all those things. That's Anuman. So like when I was in school, in 1999 kind of, that time I was being told that Pluto is a part of our solar system. But now what they are saying? It's not. They are saying Pluto is no more a planet. So what is it? It's based on Anuman Praman. I think Pluto is a planet, but after a period of research, the scientists, NASA says, no, it's not a planet. They have their explanation. So based on someone's probability and understanding, maybe may not experience, but through different experiments, not 100%, they prove it to be as a knowledge. So that is Anuman Praman. And finally, spiritual knowledge, which is Adhyatmik Gyan. Now, through these different ways of knowledge, an individual gets the knowledge and applies in their life. When one surpasses the stage of acquiring knowledge by the descending process. Now, descending process, what does descending process means? descending, yeah, coming down. So the knowledge which is coming down means it's coming from a source. What is that source? Krishna, thank you. So from Krishna, Krishna tells to his next generation, we come till Srila Prabhupada, and from Srila Prabhupada, we get the knowledge from our gurus. So that is called descending process, also known as disciplic succession. In Bhagavad Gita, the first, before you start the shlokas, there is very nicely written names, and also there are paintings where Krishna, then Brahma, then Ikshvaku, and things like pictures of pictures of pictures. Sometimes pictures are more embedded in our brain than words. So that's the disciplic succession, which is called descending process. So Dhruva Maharaj is actually gained this knowledge through the disciplic succession, and that's how he is immediately situated on the transcendental platform. Now, people sometimes say, yes, this is Bhagavatam. We give Bhagavatam to anyone, right? Do we check that whether this person is wearing Kanthimala or whether this person comes to temple on a regular basis? We don't check that. We give Bhagavatam to everyone, right? Same like that, there are so many speakers in our world who speak about Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, what Srila Prabhupada is saying, that we should stick to ISKCON preachers only. Now, why is he saying? He's not saying because he wants ISKCON to be in front of everyone. He wants ISKCON to be on the top. What the main thing here from this particular sentence we can understand is, when the same grantha, the same words are being spoken by someone who is out of the disciplic succession, it means differently. This is where it's intangible. We can't see things. Yes, of course, the preacher is very good. He's a stalwart speaker of Bhagavatam. Yes, he doesn't make any mistake. He remembers all the shlokas. He's so nice in saying the shlokas. But does he falls under the disciplic succession? Now, if he doesn't falls under the disciplic succession, people like us, we might be sitting in front of it and we might be saying, wow, very nice, very nice. But that knowledge will not hit our heart. It won't fit in because it's not coming from the disciplic succession. Now, just merely remembering 18,000 verses, shlokas, is not enough. We need blessings as well. And that's why in Indian culture, we always, touch our parents' feet, touch our elders' feet. That intangible thing, the blessing which is not being seen by any normal material eyes, that helps in this knowledge to be absorbed in our life. So once this comes through that disciplic succession, that knowledge is absorbed well. And that's where Srila Prabhupada is saying, one surpasses the stage of acquiring knowledge. Otherwise, you will just keep on going one institute to other institute, one speaker to other speaker. You will just enjoy it, but you won't understand, you won't take it in your life because it's not coming under the disciplic succession. So, Dhruva Maharaj being liberated, now because he has got that disciplic succession's blessing and the knowledge, now he is being liberated from the material concepts of life, was situated in the transcendental knowledge and could perceive the presence of transcendental airplane, which was as brilliant as the full moonlight. Now, moonlight has been given here. Why not sunlight? It's a silly question. Because sunlight is basically too powerful. It will burn you. And moonlight is basically a very humble, it's quiet, cool, and though it's illuminating. It's so many lights around, but still you can see moon, but you can't see sun. So moonlight, that's why moon is a very good analogy for illumination, light, and all. He could see the airplane. Only he can see the airplane because he's at that transcendental level. Now, this is a philosophical part where he's seeing the airplane of Vishnu Dutas. But in a normal life, in a material life, a person who is at his deathbed, who's for a doctor and a nurse, when they come and when they administer that person might be lying down with his eyes closed and shouting, screaming, crying. And what doctors and nurses say, oh, it's normal. It's normal for a person in that condition to shout and scream. But I'm pretty sure none of them have questioned themselves, why do they do that? Well, Srimad Bhagavatam says that when someone is going through the last stage of life, only that individual can see Yamadutas, not others. Now I'm talking about a very material platform. So when that person is eligible to see that Yamadutas coming, in the same way, but I'm talking on a material platform, in the same way, when a person is elevated, he sees what's coming. He doesn't, even if there are people around him, they might not see that same airplane, but he can see. Just trying to match the understanding that how a normal material person can see only at the time of death, no one else. In the same way, Dhruva Maharaj also saw, and moreover, he has gone beyond that knowledge, so he can see more clearly than anyone else. This is not possible in the stage of direct or indirect perception of knowledge. We always want to perceive, right? When we see God is there everywhere, people say, oh, where is God? Show me. We want to perceive. There are so many things that we know there are, but we can't perceive. If we ask that individual, you are intelligent, but I can't see your intelligence, so you're not intelligent. Intelligence is a thing which you can't perceive. Mind. You have mind? Where's your mind? Show me your mind. If you can't show me your mind, if you can't show there is an air, so there's a gap between you Matajis and me, so what is there? The air is there, right? Can you see? Can you show me? Can you prove me? Hence proved. You can't. So there are so many things we can't perceive. But still there are people who will say, I can't see God, that means there is no God. That is a wrong understanding. So that is when it says direct or indirect perception. So Dhruv Maharaj is definitely beyond this direct and indirect perception of life. Such knowledge is a special favor of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Again, without blessing, nothing can be done. So even if we are in the disciplic succession, we still need blessings. We still need our gurus, our acharyas, devotees' blessings. That's why we have to be very careful when we are dealing with them. Not to make them angry, not to be disrespectful. Always be humble stage of mind, even if we are going through a lot of troubles and challenges. The point when we are going through troubles and challenges, at that point what we behave is our actual attitude. That's what we are actually. When we are running, juggling too many works at the time, all of a sudden someone comes in and says, oh, Prabhuji or Mataji, can I have this? Oh, I'm going to do a lot of things. You wait a second, I'll go and get it. That's an attitude. I don't want to do it. I'm already doing so many things. That's another attitude. This is what our nature, and that nature comes in when we are dealing with a very low level of activity, when we are dealing with people, when we are already going through the challenges in our life. He or she may not know what challenges we are going through, but our attitude, our reaction towards them will make it very crystal clear what we are going through. And that's why we need devotees' association. We need devotees' blessings. Association, we can only get blessings through association. So association is number one of our devotional practice. We might be doing lots of devotions. Now this is Kartik month. There are people doing out of their way, doing services, all good. But at the end of the day, we need to see what all these devotional services are taking me to. Is it taking me close to Lord? The Sanskrit word is ahetuki. Is there any hetu? Is there any motive? It shouldn't be any hetu, ahetuki. It shouldn't be of any material motive. Apratihata. And it should be constant. I want to do Mangalachara prayer today and tomorrow. There's consistency. There has to be a consistency. I want to do 12 rounds today. Maybe tomorrow I may do just 4 rounds. Yes, you can do more rounds when you can, but please stick to those 4 rounds. People who are starting, people who are early stage of their bhakti, stick to the 4 rounds. If you can do more, good. But don't go down to 4, like from 4. So that is apratihata, consistency. You have to maintain the consistency, then only you will grow. And don't stay in a comfort zone. When you can do all your home chores, all your material things, and do 4 rounds, then increase it. Increase it during Ekadashi, or increase it every first day of the month. Fix a rule and then increase. People who are already doing 16, people who are already initiated, increase something in their life. Like maybe someone is reading only 4 pages. Read 6 pages. Consistency and then growing slowly. And motive, there's always a motive behind devotional services. We come here, we do some service, and there is a personal agenda, which we sometimes don't know. Oh, we need to talk, we need to knock ourselves and check. Is there a personal agenda that I'm making garlands, or I'm serving the deities, or I'm cleaning the toilet of the temple, or I'm chopping some fruits and veggies? Am I doing it for myself? Or am I doing it for the Lord? Now we can't all do for Lord directly. So we do it for Lord's devotee. Now here we don't check the devotee is a perfect devotee or not. As long as he's coming to the temple, he is a devotee. And I must serve that devotee. That is devotional service. Ahetuki apratihata. And once we do that devotional service, Lord blesses us. Lord don't directly bless us. Lord bless us through others. The blessing comes from others. And that's why we should be always, keep your doors open to take any comments, compliments, and imbibe in your life. One can, however, rise to this platform of knowledge by the gradual process of advancing in devotional service and Krishna consciousness. This is what Srila Prabhupada has explained in this purport. The text which says, as soon as the symptoms of his liberation were manifest, he saw a very beautiful airplane coming down from the sky as if the brilliant full moon were coming down, illuminating all the 10 directions. Now, there are, how many dimensions we can see? 4? No, sorry, how many directions? How many dimensions we can see? No, I'm not asking how many dimensions are there. I know you guys know, but how many dimensions we can see through our eyes? Okay, now you know the movies which comes in 3D. What does 3D means? 3 dimensions, right? When we watch 3D for more than 3 hours, what happens? Headache, right? Even if we have those glasses. So definitely not 3 dimensions. How many dimensions? Thank you. 2. I can only see, Prabhu, you like this and this. But I cannot perceive the distance between you and me. It's a small room, you might think I'm silly. But if we are standing in a train station, we can see a train approaching. So we can see the train like this and this. But we can't see the distance between me and the train. That's the 3rd dimension. So unfortunately, our eyes have a limitations. We can only see 2 dimensions. And there are how many dimensions? 10? Any further up? Who said that? Come on, good, thank you. 64 dimensions. There are 64 dimensions. And how many dimensions we can see? Only 2. So now what about the rest 62 dimensions? That's where all the heavenly planets, hellish planets, and the people from other planets who are roaming, even there might be some here too, but we don't know because we can't see. We can see only 2 dimensions. So, illuminating all the 10 directions. 10 directions are not just north, south, east, west, and the mix of those, it's also the other way around. So here where, when the aeroplane is coming down, Dhruva Maharaj is able to see the other directions, the other dimensions as well. That's why he could see the airplane coming down. That's what the last thing in this text I wanted to talk about. Before I end, I also want to just touch base that today is the last day of Diwali, which is the last ritual. Does anyone remembers what's today? Bhai Dooj, yeah. So when I was new to Australia, when I saw Mother's Day, Father's Day, I used to think, oh my God, they are doing Mother's Day, Father's Day. We live with our parents. And then slowly I understand, in India, we do have all these days. We have Mother's Days, we have Father's Days, we have Children's Days. Ahoy Ashtami, if anyone knows. We have Husband Day, Karwa Chauth, yeah? Then we have Brother's Day, which is Raksha Bandhan, Rakhi. And Bhai Dooj, though the name says Bhai Dooj, it's actually Sister's Day. So the story in our Shastras is where Yama and Yamuna, they were children of Mother Chaya and the sun god, Suryadev. So Yamaraj was so busy and Yamuna wanted Yamaraj to, come. She invited and he couldn't. The day when he was able to come to his sister's home, that's the day when when she was so happy, and Yamaraj said, my dear sister, you are so happy and you are taking care of me so well, please ask for boon. Now see, this is the point. Devotees never ask for their own self. Devotees always ask for people in general. People who are going for book distribution, they are not distributing book for themselves. They are just giving this knowledge to others. What's their personal benefit? Nothing. That's the quality of devotees. They do seva, they do services without any personal motive. So Yamuna Devi said, please bless me. So Yamuna is a river. On today, the 5th day, the 2nd day of Shukla Paksha of Kartik month, whoever comes to Yamuna river and bathe will get free from your clutches, Yamaraj's clutches. So Tathastu, obviously as brother, he was so happy, he gives her the blessing. So today is the day when people go to Yamuna with their sister and take bath. And sisters want this specially to have this moment with their brothers. So in today's Bhai Dooj, where sister is actually praying from Yamaraj that give my brother long, healthy life. And we as a Vaishnavas, we as a devotees, we are praying to Lord that give my brother a good blessing to understand the knowledge, to take further. So today is Bhai Dooj. Happy Bhai Dooj to everyone. And Hare Krishna. That's all. It's an open platform if anyone wants to share, comment. Yes, Prabhu. Good question. So question is, how can we understand when we take instructions from different people? How can we understand this instruction should be taken from Guru Parampara and not the others? Like the example when I gave, and what Prabhu is giving is Dattatreya's example. He had more than 1 or 5 gurus in his life. So to answer that one, Prabhu, there is only one Diksha Guru, and the rest can be Shiksha Guru. Now, when you're saying that whom to take as Shiksha Guru, yeah, because where the instruction is coming from, should we check whether that person is falling under the disciplic succession or not, right? Yes, we should check, but as I said, that the instruction can come in any form and size. It may come from a plant, it may come from a tree, it may come from a fish, bird, animal. That has nothing to do with coming under the disciplic succession. The disciplic succession is when you want to take that in your life and apply it. Sometimes in Srila Prabhupada's movement, we are lucky. We have our gurus, not everyone, we have our gurus alive. So we ask, this is what I understood, should I take it? And that's why we have acharyas, that's why we have Shiksha Gurus who are falling under the disciplic succession. But instructions like, especially when I said that instructions from different speakers, stalwart preachers, that is what I think is you're making an effort to go and sit in that class. That is not recommended. Prabhuji, you guys are more learned than me. Please correct me if I'm wrong in my understanding. When we go and sit in that particular arena where the preacher is not coming under the disciplic succession, that we should avoid. But when in a life challenges, we are fallen into certain circumstances where we don't know the answers, and we get the answer from a non-devotee, from a person who has nothing to do with ISKCON, doesn't even know Srila Prabhupada, we should take it. An example, Srila Prabhupada was once having this initiation ceremony. It was a big one. There were a lot of people sitting. It was new initiation ceremony in ISKCON. So people who were new, they didn't know how to arrange it. They did the square thing of that fire sacrifice, but they forgot about the flowers, they forgot the fruits. There was nothing there. Srila Prabhupada was already running late because of traffic. And when he came and saw there's nothing ready, how is he going to do it? He got very angry and he said, how am I going to do this, fire sacrifice? There's not even a fruit there. So one Mataji, which is trembling, she went running in, she washed all the fruits, she chopped it and she brought it. Now people who have done fire sacrifice, they know we don't chop the fruit in fire sacrifice. Yeah, we keep the actual raw and full fruits around it. Srila Prabhupada got really furious now. 1, I'm late. 2, you are not prepared. 3, you bring something which is not as per the instruction. I want to give initiation, but I'm not happy. That's what Srila Prabhupada's, position was. He was very angry. Out of nowhere, this junkie who has just come once, first time. Now, he is not a devotee, definitely. He has not done 16 rounds. He is not following anyone. He was just sitting there as a spectator. Now, what he said to Srila Prabhupada has taken it. What he said? Come on, man. Why are you angry? Just chant and be happy. Yeah? So we need to understand where the instruction is coming and at what scenario and environment it is coming from. When you make an effort to go into certain, I am a family person. I get invitation from everywhere, right? Not only ISKCON, from other societies, other clubs and all. I go there. But I have to be very careful that what instruction I'm taking from there. Even though it's a very nice They are good speakers than me. Still, hang on. Are they falling into the disciplic succession? That is what our test is. That's what we should check. But when in a course of life we get some knock knock, that's basically Lord's blessing. It's coming from a different person, doesn't matter. That can be a Shiksha Guru. Have I made sense or made you more confused? Okay. Okay, thank you. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai.